What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my family? We back at it, man. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We at it again with another mob brainstorming session. Pretty much where we bring together entrepreneurs, community leaders, and industry experts to exchange ideas, develop strategies, and create actionable plans for real world business challenges. You already know what it goes. We pretty much make sure that we have the top experts, the top entrepreneurs. And we got another special guest this week, man. I can't wait to bring him up. But real quick, make sure you guys subscribe, share, like, follow us if you ain't already following us, which everybody should be following us at Mastering Our Business. And make sure you guys subscribe online as well at masteringourbusiness.com. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, um, and as well Mob TV, man. Shout out to Mob TV. Shout out to everybody that's subscribed. Shout out to everybody that's just been showing us so much support throughout our journey. We've been growing, we've been building, we've been expanding. We got some great updates, and we got some great things coming up for the most part. Of course, again, make sure you guys subscribe and watch the latest exclusive interviews, event recaps, commercials, and more on Mob TV. We got a lot of great, content, and a lot of great content to come that we're going to be posting on Mob TV as well. You also can go back and watch some of our latest Mob brainstorming sessions, or watch us live as well on Mob TV, or Instagram or YouTube, whichever platform you guys prefer. Also, make sure you guys schedule a follow up call with us if you guys are looking to join the mob community, or if you're just looking for some resources. Make sure you guys apply online and learn a little bit more about the mob community as well. Whether you're trying to get a membership, or whether you want to become an affiliate partner, or if you want to become a mentor or advisor, or if you need a mentor or advisor, make sure you guys check out more info on mastering our business. We got a lot of great resources, and a lot of great info, a lot of great content on there as well. What else we got for you guys? Make sure you guys also order your mob merch, and inquire about selling your own merchandise and products on our virtual marketplace, and that's www.masteringourbusiness.com/shop. We got a lot of great apparel, something like this. We got the embroidery. We got shirts, hats, pants. We even got baby clothes on there, man. So, hey, shout out to all of our mod babies out there. Um, so make sure you guys check that out. Also, make sure you guys check out our virtual resource center. We got some great resources on there as far as pretty much, from grants to our ebook, our entrepreneurship unleash ebook. We also have a few grants that you can apply for. Shout out to Skip for just doing the great work that they've been doing, helping entrepreneurs all over get funded. They and make sure you guys join they live every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And take advantage of those grants, man. We all can use a little bit more funding. They are not affected by the new mandate, as far as the federal funding that just was announced this week. So you guys can still go over there and get your funding. Still tap into the lives if you haven't already. And make sure you guys, use our link, which is on our website. All you got to do is go into our homepage, scroll down to the resource center, and set up your page. And it's super easy to apply for grants. It's probably the easiest platform that I've seen. They really made it super easy for you guys to apply for these grants. So there's really no excuse why you guys ain't taking advantage of this free money, man. Come on now. So what else we got for you guys? Of course, I can't forget the Standing on Business webinar hosted by Mr. Fix It. Shout out to Mr. Fix It, man. We've been rocking for a minute now. He's been helping a lot of business owners get funding as well, and just get on their business when it comes to credit, financial, and just financial literacy, for the most part. So shout out to Mr. Fix It, and make sure you guys tune in to our Standing on Business webinars every first Thursday of the month. So we have one coming up right around the corner, man. So make sure you guys go ahead and RSVP. at www.masteringourbusiness.com/SOB. Um, Also, make sure you guys check out our sponsor affiliates listed on our homepage. We actually going to be here for one today. My boy Irene Bells, man. Make sure you guys check out. Definitely check out his link, which will take you to his website, irenebells.com. Make sure you guys get you some power up merch, exclusive music, more. And we're gonna be hearing, shortly from him, in just a minute, about the great things that he got going on, and really just getting his insights on, some of these topics, and really touch on some of our modules, man. Um, Again, make sure you guys stay tuned. We got dates, still coming about. It's still the first quarter, and we just coming out swinging. We got some STEM workshops coming up, so make sure you guys stay tuned to that. I'm gonna actually be sending out the homepage for you guys to get more information, and for you guys to kind of get ahead, start signing up. Right now, we're looking for more sponsors, investors, vendors, and more participants. And STEM is super important, and it's really nothing like it. It's really not too many workshops or programs based around STEM. So we got to be the ones who bring that to the community and make sure that we staying on top of it, because it's a science to everything. Technology is super important right now. We need some more engineers, and mathematics, of course, is super important, especially if you call yourself an entrepreneur. So, make sure you guys stay tuned for our workshops. And if you have like any locations, any cities and states that you think we should host a workshop in, let me know as well. Make sure you guys post that. Make sure matter of fact, post that in the chat. And also, you already know how it goes. If it's not your first time, make sure you guys blow up that chat, introduce yourself, post your websites, post your social medias, and make sure you guys follow somebody else's social media. This is what it's all about, connecting the dots. So make sure you guys blow up that chat. Matter of fact, let me see who we got in the building. Let me see some fire emojis if you're ready for a good brainstorming session today. Let me see that chat go crazy. Let me see them fire emojis. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got our ring bells in the building. We're about to bring up shortly. Um, Last but not least, man, make sure you guys enter in our monthly raffle for a chance to win a free membership and free resources. You can actually enter in right on our website. It's just $10 to enter in the raffle, which is, hey, that's for what you're going to be getting. Just one resource is super worth it. Shout out to our past winners, and everybody that pretty much entered in. And shout out to our winners, man. That we was able to really connect with. We was able to really connect with some great people, and start some good campaigns. Um, and make sure you guys blow up that chat. Let me see them fire emojis, man. I know y'all in here. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. And make sure you guys are introducing yourself. Make sure you guys are posting your websites, social medias. And real quick, give us one problem you're solving, and or one challenge you plan on overcoming this year. That's what it's all about. Let's find some solutions, man. Let's go. It's the best time to be alive. I see them fire emojis. Let's go. Let's go. So I know last week I gave you guys a challenge. I definitely want to make sure you guys are on top of that. Last week's challenge was to make sure you guys either put together an updated or a brand new vision board. And so I want to make sure you guys are staying on top of that, because that's what it's all about, man. We standing on top of our business. So I know last week. Matter of fact, put some ones in the chat if you already have a vision board or if you already started on one. Let's go. Let's see who on top of their business. Let's go. We got some goals to accomplish this year. It's 2025. Let's go. I see some of our mod members in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Real quick, I want to shout out one of our mod members, man. She's been doing some great things out here. I want to shout out Fee from Philosophy LLC. We just been checking off those boxes, man. We just did a follow up call the other day and going through her outline, and it was just great to see somebody that's passionate and serious about what she's doing. And just seeing so many, when you see them boxes getting checked off, man, you tracking your progress. Because sometimes, as entrepreneurs, we don't get a chance to track our progress like that. So it's super important to, really check off those boxes. And, hopefully, matter of fact, we actually, not hopefully, but matter of fact, we have her coming up. We're actually going to have her as a special guest on our upcoming brainstorming session. And so she can really kind of just tap on and touch on some of the things that she's been doing through as an entrepreneur, and give you guys some insight. What it's really like to be a successful business owner. I know we see a lot of people, starting businesses, and we see all these fake gurus and different things like that. But we want you guys to really hear from some people that's really out here in the mud, that's lacing their boots, that's really getting it, and that's really shaking and moving and shaking. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Let's get it. Let's get it. So I ain't gonna hold you guys up too much longer, man. I want to bring up a very, very, very special guest. Me and this dude been rocking out for some years now. I mean, he's just been doing some amazing things in the community. I want to bring up my guy Irene Bells real quick. I'm gonna bring you up real quick, and for those people that's under a rock, man, let them know. Give them a quick intro on what it is that you do, and we're gonna go from there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, bro? How y'all doing, community? What up, mob? Shabbat ring bells. They say I'm hell when I'm well. What I do, I tell them folk to way beyond the scale. You did what I'm saying. A little bit about myself. I'm a artist. First and foremost, I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying. But an artist. Different dabble in investments. And just all around businessman. You know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, real quick, man, let them know, what really inspired you to get into this entrepreneur journey. What really, lit that fire for you.
Two things. One, my dad, just him being like the hustler he was, I got to see like, hey man, you can work a job or you could run a business. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I rather not sit at a 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? If all else fails, I would get a job. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I would rather be an entrepreneur and make passive income and have assets over liabilities. You did.
Access over liabilities. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I know it's super important when it comes to market research. That's module two. And we kind of get into that super, super early. But can you share a surprising insight you discovered doing your market research that really shaped your business idea?
Oh my God, oh, she coming.
Let's see. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna wait till we get them back. We're gonna get them back on board. We're gonna get them back on board. You already know how it go when we cooking something positive, when we live streaming. It's always something. We're gonna get them back on deck. But real quick, man, let's see them fire emojis. If you hadn't got a chance, yes sir, yes sir. You good, you good, you good. Let me bring it back up. So yeah, real quick. So real quick, can you share a surprising insight you discovered doing your market research that really shaped your business idea and how you decided to, tackle, your industry?
Say that one more time for me. Just
So,
like
so basically, can you share like a surprising insight you discovered while doing your market research that really shaped your business idea and really shaped the way you tackle, the industry?
I would say, I hope I'm answering it right. I would say like running ads. Like once I realized the running ads was a thing, business went. And I'm talking about like Google ads. Don't get me wrong, IG, Facebook, TikTok, all that stuff cool. Like do that too. You know what I'm saying? To bring traffic to your website, but Google ads for sure.
I love it. I love it. That's a big one. That's a big one. So this ain't one of the questions, but like, is it a specific strategic strategy that you use for your Google ads, or how do you set that up? How you go about setting up your Google ads for those who don't know?
Uh, it's definitely like a way it's set up, but I literally deal with the ad specialist type. You know what I'm saying? For them to kind of really set it up, I
Okay,
couldn't like just without looking at it be like, oh, this. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, is what's what, but for sure, it's
that's
definitely
real.
a way that's set up. So, like for instance, instead of only marketing to the people in America, you should market to the whole world. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's a part. That's a part of it.
Definitely. Now we was actually just talking about this. I was just talking about this with one of our members, man. It's we in a great time to really just be entrepreneurs because we have platforms like this, and so many more. Especially when it comes to social media, where we can really just touch bases with people all over the world. Just like last week we had a young lady from Canada. We got campaigns running out of London. Hopefully, we can get some of our London family on our brainstorming sessions, some of our upcoming brainstorming sessions. But I think it's super important to really not just focus on your backyard. You get what I'm saying? 'Cause I think a lot of people, I think that's where they kind of go wrong, and sometimes you get discouraged, man, because sometimes your home city don't really support you like you think they would, and that you think they should, and I've been telling people, for years, especially when I first got into consulting, don't really bank on your friends and family to support what you got going on. You got to go outside.
Mhm.
You got to go outside your market. And I think everybody have that same story. When my
Yeah, for
city
sure.
don't support me, and they feel like it's different. The grass is greener on the other side. But I think from my perspective, and really me traveling a lot, it's the same story in every single city.
Mhm.
Everybody in every single city feel like they not getting the support that they should be getting. Even with people in Atlanta, it's a lot of business owners in Atlanta that feel like they don't get the support that they're looking for. Even though a lot of
Mhm.
people outside of Atlanta feel like, oh, it's a place to be, and they feel like everybody is thriving. It's a lot of great opportunity, but it's just something about people feeling like they know you, where they feel like they don't want to support you. It's weird. I don't get that, man. I don't. Do you feel like this? Do you feel the same way? Do you get the same?
Absolutely. I think that was one of my biggest things I had to get over was feeling like I know everybody, but everybody I know ain't pouring into me how I wanted them to pour into me. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to like buying merch, you know what I'm saying? Like my hats, you know what I'm saying? My shirts or whatever. Like I would in my mind, I'm like, shoot, nigga, everybody about to rock with me. Like everybody I know a lot of people, you feel me? But
yeah.
in reality, it was more strangers that rock with me than the people I know. And I don't want to say they took it for granted or what, but at the end of the day, the strangers came through. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we need to come out with some merch. Them strangers came through.
Some
That's the
strangers
shirt.
came through. You
That's
hear
the
me?
shirt right there. Matter of
Oh
fact, y'all can
God.
pre-order that right now, man. Them strangers came through, man. I
For
think
sure.
everybody can kind of really relate to that, especially if you're a real entrepreneur. It's pretty much the same, obstacles no matter where you from. Um,
Yeah.
so
What I can say to the masses, you know what I'm saying? Don't focus on who not fucking with you. Like, excuse my French. Fuck
you
that.
good.
Do not focus on that. Simply because you're gonna dwell on it. Months gonna go by. Still ain't nobody bought nothing from you. You know what I'm saying? So get
Yeah,
out
and then
there and give it to the world.
yeah, and I think it get to the point where it's something I had to really get over. In my beginning stages, like I really used to take, I used to take that personal, like people sharing and liking. I used to take it super personal. But I had to realize, we all life be life in, bro. For the most part, sometimes people do see what you got going on, they choose not to rock with you. But sometimes, I've learned that sometimes life just be life, and then they might not really be pay attention, or might not be in a position. And another thing, another key factor, they might not know how to support you.
That's a
That's something
fact.
that I had to learn. Throughout my journey, I had to really take in consideration, like, damn, this person really didn't know how. So once I started to really think about, well, how do I want people to support me? Because everybody ain't the same. You know what I mean? Everybody's support ain't the same, especially when it comes to like, us curating events. Some people might feel like coming to your event and getting in free is supporting you.
Right.
It's like you didn't, like, okay, you showed up, but you didn't, support none of the vendors. You didn't buy nothing. You didn't even pay to get in here to really, put that money towards the movement.
Right.
And but it's I think it's different for everybody. Some people it do be support, just them showing up because it might be, somebody that have a lot of motion and they show up and they bring 10, 20 people. It's like, okay,
Right.
nah, that makes sense because you might have showed up, got in for free, but you brought 10, 20 people that paid. So I think, you know, from that perspective, I started to really, be more specific when I started to ask people for support, and I
Hmm.
started to really, and then from there, it's like, okay, once I let you know how I need you to support me, then it's like, okay, now I see where you at. And you know what? Some people, it's been people that didn't support for a minute, but once I was, specific on how I wanted them to support, they got right on it. And it's like, damn, that's
Hmm.
all I had to do this whole time. So I think that's
Yeah.
another key factor. Especially if you own a business, let people know how you want them to support you. Specifically, get specific about it. And everybody ain't the same. So
Hmm.
um, so real quick, man, I know, when it comes to just any type of business, planning is super important. And sometimes, even with me, I didn't really start off with a business plan, but once I got one, it really changed the perspective. But even if you don't have a business plan, a super professional business plan, I think some
Hmm.
type of strategy or some type of planning is super important. What's the most critical element of your business plan that you believe set you apart from the competitors?
Shit. Knowing the access that I had around me. So like basically, kind of going back to the people around me thing, I would say it's more of a not using but utilizing the people around me when it comes to like wearing the merch. You know what I'm saying? So like for instance, um one of my buddies he had introduced me to some celebrities, you know what I'm saying? And boom, celebrity, they rocking with it. Now it's getting my friends them to buy the stuff because they like, oh, such and such got this, you know what I'm saying? Or such and such rocking it. So I would think it helped like with that in the marketing sense.
Boy, when I tell you, I think I explained this so many times throughout my career. People, and I don't even say this in a bad way, but I think we all are just sponges. I don't want to call it a follower or nothing like that, but I think we all are sponges and we just soak up what's around us. And I think is super powerful when you put it in their face, and when other people was putting it in their face, people just gravitate towards it. And I think we all do. I think we all,
Hmm.
have, I think some more than others, but I think we all have a natural way of just following certain trends and different things like that. So I think that's super important. And I think
Yeah.
that's one of the I want to say not the oldest marketing strategies, but I think one of the oldest marketing strategies, but it's that's still relevant to this day. Because I
Hmm.
mean, if people want to see who rocking with you, they want to see who else is rocking with you. Not just they can't just take your word for it. They want to see other people rocking with you too. So I think that's super
Right.
important. Especially in your industry when it comes to merchandise, when it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment. I think it's super important to show people, the support that you have, within the community because they want to see, is the community rocking with you, at the end of the day. So I love that most
Facts.
definitely. So real quick, I want to touch on module 4, which is financial literacy and budgeting. How did you approach budgeting for your business, and what strategies do you use to ensure financial stability?
Uh, so some ways that I've hold on, reword that question again.
So basically, how do you approach budgeting for your business, and what strategies do you use to ensure financial stability?
Okay, okay. So which way do I go as budgets? Um, so first I just took some little money that I had, you know what I'm saying, and really just put it into my, you know what I'm saying, into the products. And then once it starts selling, I start really coming with a real budget. But how I go off of it is I'll see what I think I can, you know what I'm saying, get off, so to speak, can sell, so to speak, and then just go from there. I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, I'm spending 1,000 here or 1,000 there. Because even when it comes to running ads, I might run an ad every week. You know what I'm saying? I do it 50, $60 here, you know what I'm saying? Or I might wait a week, or I might do two in a week. So I don't necessarily have and I hope I'm answering this right. I don't necessarily have I'm guaranteeing this amount, you know what I'm saying? But I just try to go with the flow with it, for real, for real.
I think that's real. I think that's real. I think a lot of people need to hear that because I think a lot of people come into, especially when it comes to, putting together your business plan. I think a lot of people, it kind of discourage people when you really do the research and really map out how much it's going to take. And I think, taking it one step at a time, is super important and doing what you can do. I don't think,
Right.
for the most part, I don't think you should just fold just because you don't have a certain amount of money. I think you should take what you got and push it. Even when we started the Schools of Models magazine, bro, I didn't have nothing. We didn't have anything. I ain't even gonna lie. We didn't have no investors. We didn't have no sponsors. We didn't have a large lump sum of money, no inheritance, nothing. It came from an idea, really sitting on the couch, figuring it out, and then we put it together and it turned out, and we turned it into an international platform.
Facts.
And so I think from my experience, it's always good to really just put it out there, and work with what you got. But as you go and as you grow, I think it's super important to put together a plan, and a strategy, when it comes to budget wise, so you don't run, especially when you get a large lump sum of money, and you get some funny. I think we talked about that last week with Eugene. You can get 100 racks, and blow through it quick. If you don't really know what to do with it. So I think it's a balance. I think especially starting off, especially for my entrepreneurs that's just starting off, or if you just starting off a new idea, is you work with what you got. You get what I'm saying? Utilize your resources that you already got, but map out what it is that you need so you can work towards it. And then once you get it, you set yourself up for success. For the most
Mhm.
part. So I think that's super important. So real quick, when it comes to sales and customer service, what is the most memorable customer interaction you've had, and how did it impact your approach on sales and service?
The most impactful one I had is funny. It wasn't even from a celebrity. I had pulled up the what's the name of that spot? Taranga City, I think that's the name. And long story short, I was with my little cousin, you know what I'm saying? And I had just hopped out. I got the fit on. And the valet, he like, as soon as I get back, he like, hey bro, where you get what brand is that? And in my head, I don't know I'm like, what he got going on? Then I'm like, oh wait, oh, it's my brand, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I really like that. I was like, well, I got them for sale, woo woo. And long story short, the valet spent the money, the full price, no questions asked, on the fit right there on the spot just because he liked it. So that was my favorite one because it was just like I'm getting out the car, not even thinking about nothing. I'm finna go in there, have me a little shot or two, you know what I'm saying? And bro, like, hey man, let me get that. I need that now.
That's lit. That's lit. Hey, but hey, that goes to show you always gotta rep your brand, and you just never know who you might run into that might need it. You said the valet. That's lit.
You
I ain't
feel
never
me?
heard that before. That's good. That's good for sure. I mean, you gotta rep it. You gotta rep it to the wheels fall off for the
You
most
dig?
part. You just never know who watching, man. And I think not even just repping your brand. Even if you don't have even if it's just a service that you have, I think it's super important just to be a stand-up person, because you could have been stuck up like, man, I ain't talking to him, he valet. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because some
Hmm.
people have that energy, but I think really just treating everybody like a human being, and really being open-minded. I think that's going to definitely get you the long way, because you just never know who you might be talking to and
Never
what
know.
they're interested in. So I love that for sure.
I
So real quick,
appreciate that.
yeah, most definitely. So real quick, I want to talk about operations and logistics, man. Can you describe a significant operational challenge you've had and how you overcame it to improve your business efficiency?
Operation that I've had a problem with. Uh, okay. So for instance, the getting the blanks. The blanks is basically getting a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever you get with nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? I kept finding myself running into an issue where it's like either I can't get the clothes. So basically, like if a store has, let's say a store has 2,000 of these shirts, right? Imagine everybody in Atlanta knowing that that store has 2,000 of these shirts. So that's the issue you run into is everybody trying to get that same exact shirt. So the issue I ran into was not being able to get the shirts in time while whoever got the most money can buy them all up at once. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I got my wholesaler license. Now I ain't even got to go to that store that everybody else go to no more.
Hey,
You feel me?
bossed up. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I think it's all about, figuring out solutions because, we in a small world. And I tell people all the time, it's a million people out there doing, the same thing that you're doing. It's nothing new under the
Mhm.
sun. I think, and I think that's what really make a strong entrepreneur, fighting your way through, figuring out solutions, not just, folding when a problem arrives. I think a lot of people, I think that's something that, I've seen a lot of people do throughout my time, especially when the pandemic popped out. I've seen so many people, folded up, because they really just didn't understand how they was going to adapt. So adapting, to the times is super important, and really just overcoming, man. And that's really one of the reasons why, I love to, tell people, and ask people, pinpoint a challenge that you have and that you want to overcome this year, because it's super important for us to really identify that problem so we can figure out solutions.
I'll tell
And
you another one.
mhm.
Another one that I want to overcome. I ain't even can't overcame this one, but is everything that I do, right? As far as hustle, like side hustle wise, well, not I ain't gonna call it side main hustle, but as I hustle, right? I gotta make at least $100 off each one of those a day. You feel me? That's my new challenge for myself is whether it's stocks, whether it's crypto, whether it's the clothes, no matter what it is, selling beats, you know what I'm saying? At least $100 off each one of those, not $100 total. I'm talking about off each one of those every day. That's my new challenge. And I challenge everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, $100 off what you're doing at least once a day.
I love that. So how do you go about that? Like how do you make sure that you reach your quota? Like, what's some of the steps that you take to really make sure that you're reaching that quota?
For me, and I'm gonna use the words that my girl be saying. I'm becoming a lazy hustler, right? So how I see myself doing it is getting off my ass and making sure I'm get that sale, or you get what I'm saying. That's the only
Yeah,
way is now. Get granted, you might have some days you don't make it. You might have some days you make zero. You might have some days you make a few hundred. You get what I'm saying, depending on what else you got going on. But the goal is to try and do it every single day. Is to try. You feel me?
I love that. And that's all we can do. As soon as we don't try, bro, you already lost. So
You
you
already
gotta
lost.
you gotta put it out there, and it's all a mindset thing. This is something that I really been going hard with. Especially in these last few months, mindset is super. It's been super important. I've been really consuming a lot of mindset books and audio books. And really making sure that we've been sharing it with our community because it start with this.
Right.
We really can do whatever you put your mind to. You just got to put in the motion and put in the action. Like you said, you got to get off your ass, bro. Like I think
Hmm.
a lot of people, they just accept, they just expect somebody just to support them just because they have a business. And I really hate that. I think it's really all about putting in the work, putting in the footsteps, figuring out the science behind what it is that you're doing, and
Hmm.
just continue on making it better every single day. Whether it's putting out some content or doing some research on how you can utilize some new technology. Like that's something that we always do. Like I got a new AI assistant, so now our meetings is super is it's a lot more easier to kind of summarize everything that we went over within that meeting. And
Hmm.
sometimes we might have 10 meetings a day. I'm not gonna remember every single thing, every single detail, throughout that meeting. So I think, utilizing AI technology has really put us on a whole nother level. And that's really what it's all about, adapting. So now we're always looking for new technology, new operation systems, different things like that to enhance what we're doing and enhance our members within the community. So that's super big for sure. So, real quick, I want to talk about funding and investment. What advice would you give to entrepreneurs seeking funding for the first time, based on your own experience?
Depending on what you're trying to do, you can get you a loan. You know what I'm saying? If you're a hustler, use your own money. You know what I'm saying? Get that capital up, run it up. You know what I mean? Shoot, an old fashioned trick. I ain't even gonna call it a trick, but an old fashioned way is hitting everybody in your phone and asking them to donate to your cause. You get what I'm saying? But keep it real with them. Don't lie to them. Don't scam them. Let them know this is what I'm trying to do. But if you can help me, I'm trying to do this, and I want to use the money to do this. You know what I'm saying? Give someone a real plan of what you're gonna do, and just act. You never know. People open your mouth. People will really give you something. They believe me.
I like that. I like that. I think you said something that's really key. Just being transparent, being real. I think that's something that a lot of people is we lacking that within this climate. I think that's something where the fake it till you make it situation is kind of we kind of took that out overboard. I think we really need to bring back, and not even need to bring back. I think organic content and just being organic, period, is coming back full force, and I think that's a good one, man. And another thing, another key thing you said, having a plan, not just
Mhm.
asking somebody for, oh, can you do this? Can you donate? Can you support? But having a plan behind it, and I think people support that and really respect that a lot more. Even through my experience, there's been some situations where because we had a thought out plan, we was able to really capitalize, and people supported us because and this firsthand. We'll map out every single thing, whatever we want to put our mind to. We're gonna put together an outline, map out everything, and make sure that we have a full plan. Everything don't go as planned all the time, but just
Right.
having that plan in motion, really, put you in a situation where you can really, at least you give yourself the best chance to make it go right, and then you'll be
Right.
able to rehash that plan. It's always it ain't nothing wrong with going back to the drawing board.
Right.
Sometimes. So that was a good one for sure.
Man, look, it's better. It's better to try and fail than to not try at all. You
Man,
feel
what they
me?
say, every shot you don't take, you miss 100%. That's a fact. That's a
Literally.
fact. And it's so crazy because I like to do my research on major companies that made it, and I was actually looking at Walmart story and how Walmart came up, and just the origins behind Walmart, and this man got a loan from his stepfather just to open up his first store.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of the common denominators that I see a lot within a lot of these stories. Somebody took a chance on them because they seen the vision. So they took a chance to invest in what they got going on because they seen the vision. They seen, that they was gonna go through with it. And even when he hit his the peak of his success, he still got people to invest in him. Later on in his career as well, to get him to to really get Walmart to where it's at now, and now it's a $500 billion company. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So
Yep. Yep.
that's super big, man. Get people to really put together a plan and bring your community together, and get people to invest. And
Yep.
it's super. And I think it's it's easier said than done because especially if you come from the inner city, it's super hard to get people to invest in what you got going on. And I think
Mhm.
this is why, and this is one of the main reasons why we got to bring that trust back into our community, bro. We have to bring it back. We have to be able to trust each other. We got to bring integrity back, into our community so we can be able to be like, what, I'm gonna go ahead and invest into this, into this project, and I think we're gonna come out better for it. We got to build up this community. Start with us. We got to save ourselves. We can't wait on Trump. We can't wait on the red side, the blue side. We can't wait on nobody to save us. We got to save ourselves at the
Facts.
end of the day. So we can't do that. We can't complain about what nobody else doing or what nobody else not doing for us. And
Hmm.
that's just my. I don't want to turn it political, but that's just my take on it, man. We got to save ourselves for sure.
Hey, I agree with you 100%.
For sure.
You
So,
did.
real quick, man, I want to touch on scaling and growth. What key factor contributed most to your business growth, and how did you identify and capitalize on that opportunity?
Um, I kind of mentioned it earlier with the access, like just getting like having a buddy that can introduce me to this person or take me around this person and getting them to have the clothes on is kind of what scaled it up a lot because now people are seeing celebrities in it. You know what I'm saying? And folks like, oh, let me get that or I need that. And you know what I'm saying? So that's helping the business grow because
Yeah,
people are. Oh man, I love that one. Let me get that one. Let me. Ooh, oh, they rock it. They can't rock it like me. Ooh, ooh. Like, okay, bet. Well, let's see.
relationship relationships is key. Relationships is
Mhm.
key. Having the right relationships is super key. And not just I like the not just the fake Hollywood networking either. Not just putting somebody's phone number in your phone, but check up on that person every now and then, see what they've got going on, build that authentic relationship with them. What I mean? I think we need to get back to that as well. Really building authentic relationships
Mhm.
and you know, not making every single relationship about you. You get what I'm saying? It can't be
Facts.
take, 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 take. I think a real relationship is always give and take. So that's super important, man. I love that you touched on that. And I'm not surprised. You just been solid ever since I know you. So people will be
You
stupid
too,
not to
bro.
support what you got going on. So I think that's another key factor that we got to bring back to and show people like, hey, it ain't all about just having the best product or knowing the most. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Sometimes just being solid will take you a long way as well.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, for sure. So I got a couple more questions, man. This next one, module 11 is super important because, like I said, mindset is super important to me. And, this is something that we've really been, really working on. And even in my personal journey, I'm always working on my mindset, making it stronger and figuring out how to become a better leader and how to become a better person, a better man. One thing that I've been doing lately is, meditating more, getting, and really putting more, not, really consuming better content, because I feel like if you just consume bullshit all day, that's what you want to be on. You get what I'm
Facts.
saying? So we got to consume, and really, form our mindset to how we need it. How has your mindset evolved as a leader, and what practices do you incorporate to maintain a positive entrepreneur spirit?
Um, like what you said before, like the just not consuming your mind with a bunch of negative. I kind of do that with people too. Like I used to get down, you know what I'm saying, be outside, be hanging around here, doing this, that, and the third. But I learned like you said, what you put yourself around or what you consume, that's who you are. You feel me? Like you find yourself doing all kind of understand. Next thing you know, years done went by. And it's like, dang, why this ain't happen? God don't like me or this and the third whole time. You don't like me. You feel
I love that.
me?
I love that. I love
For
that. You know what?
sure.
I used to be one of those people. I used to be one of those people that just, blame God for everything and and really not understand what was I doing and really blaming everything because I think at the end of the day it really all boils down to what you want and what your and again mindset. What do you want? If you
Mhm.
out here just on bullshit, that's what you're gonna receive. It's not God,
Right.
it's you. You can't blame everybody else. And I think accountability was super important in my life, and that's when I realized once I started taking accountability for myself, my whole circle changed, bro. Everything started to really change. Even with the mob situation, you was there from the beginning. I really had to, once we, started to revamp, every it was so many doors that started to open for us instantly, and so many things that started to make sense that really didn't make sense before. Especially when we was really deep into the entertainment business and publishing talent, and really pushing Exclusive Models magazine. we was really building the wrong relationships. I feel like,
Mm,
and once we changed that mindset, we changed our business model. And it's the same, and it's so crazy because we're doing the same exact thing that we was doing then, but we
mm,
just changed the whole mindset of it. We changed the whole vibe, and I think that's super important. And we changed up, different things that we was doing and different practices. So I think
mm,
that's super important to really, train your mindset, man. If you want different results, you have to do different yourself. You gotta put yourself around different people. You gotta,
facts.
adapt different habits. And it was a lot of things that really changed for me. Once I started changing myself and changing my mindset, changing the people, and sometimes, the people, your circle will change by itself. You don't necessarily gotta cut people off; they'll cut themselves off
Hmm.
because they don't, they because they just don't understand what you want. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? At the time, when we was around, a bunch of beautiful women, models, different things like that. And of course, people want to be around. Now that we talking and really getting down to business, now I'm starting to see like, okay, that person dropped off. That I don't get as many calls from this person, and it's fine because we
Um,
still doing it. We still going. And but at the same time, I also see, dang, this person came into my life, or this person, we didn't got way more closer. There's been people that I've known for
killing me.
years that we didn't got closer with. So I love that. I love that. Um, and that's pretty much, I think, that's my advice for anybody that want to do something different. If you want to change, man, you got to change your situation. You got to change your mindset. You got to adapt, and figure out, do your research on what can you change. I know sometimes you might not necessarily know what to change or how to go about change, or how to go about switching your situation up. But I think that's super important for us to do. Really get out here, do your research, figure out who you need to get next to. And I think that was one of the biggest things for us. Once we started getting mentors, once we started getting the right advisors, I think that really came into play, and really made a big, big, big difference when it came to us changing our things. So yeah, if you guys need a mentor, if you need an advisor, make sure you guys tap in. With the mob, we got some great mentors, we got some great advisors, and we got some great accountability partners. I think that's what it's all about, having the right accountability partners. It might be your significant other too. Having the right significant other really change the dynamics too. I was lucky enough to get a great partner, and it really changed my whole aspect, my whole entire life. Once that happened. So I think really changing up your circle, and starting with your mindset. Like I said, once you change your mindset, your circle gonna change by itself. You ain't even gotta, upset nobody. You ain't gotta have no long conversation about how you cut somebody off or none of that. But speaking of that, has it been? Now you don't need to say no names, but have you had to cut off anybody, or have you had to come across that situation where you had to cut somebody off, or somebody just cut themselves off in your life?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say like cut off in the sense of like fuck you type shit, but cut off in the sense of we not just all the time kicking it all day, every day, doing a bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like hell no, I can't do that no more. Like niggas used to be in the, you know what I'm saying, in the spot all day. Goddamn, like
right, right.
can't do that one.
So last but not least, man, I want to touch on pitching and presentation skills, man. I think this is super important. I've been saying this for years. Presentation is everything. And I think this is something that really caught my eye when I went to school for business communication, and learning how to pitch different ideas and different business ideas, and different ventures to different audiences. What is the most important lesson you've learned about pitching your business effectively?
Self marketing, like literally, I think the best pitch is not words. I think it's what people see. So like subliminally, right? Like okay, let's say if I put my name on this water bottle or a cup or whatever, and I just got these placed everywhere, like or all around the city, everywhere you go, you keep seeing this. eventually, you know what I'm saying, your mind gonna subconsciously be like, I know that from somewhere. And it'll get you to gravitate to eventually buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, marketing is super, super powerful. Once it's programming. It's programming.
Hmm.
It's anything, commercials, radio. It's all programming, and I think that's why we have to be responsible when it comes to the programming that we consume. It goes back to making sure you consuming the right content as well, because you can be programmed and conditioned either on a positive note or on a negative note as well. And it's something that I really learned the science behind when I went to school for digital media and production. Really, once I went to Specs Howard, it really broke down how to program the human mind. And I think that
Hmm.
was one of the best, you know, decisions that I made in my career, to go back to school for digital media and production to really figure out how to program. And now I see it, off bat. When I'm watching movies, I see the advertisement within the movie. You might see
Hmm.
somewhere, like you said, a water bottle, or you might see where they driving the same type of cars in the movie. It's like, oh man, I need to go buy me a. You don't even know why you want a BMW,
Right.
because you just got done watching a movie with all BMWs, every car they drove.
Right.
We seen that with the Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie with the Lexus. They used that whole scene, the whole chasing scene, as a commercial. So I think it's super important to really, keep that in mind. Especially if you're a business owner, it's all about programming your audience, in a positive way,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, it's all programming. We want to
It's
make
our
sure we
programming.
programming to come back. So same thing with any industry. It's all the same. So man, I just want to really just thank you for hopping on, taking out the time, man, dropping these jewels. It's always a pleasure, man. Is there
I
any advice
appreciate you, bro.
you have for the entrepreneurs, or the influencers, or anybody that's just trying to do something out there, man?
You said any game I give them?
Yes, sir.
Shoot, I got a few little things, goddamn. All right, so the first one is don't get discouraged, don't stop, don't quit. Soon as you quit, it's over with. You feel me? That's the first one. The second one is don't rely on your friends. The world is your target market. Your partner them down the street. Atlanta is not your target market. You feel me? The USA ain't your target market. Everybody is your target market. You get what I'm saying? With the money, man, assets over liabilities. You did like, do not create a life full of liabilities. I don't care what nobody says. It's not gonna work. You're gonna eventually be broke. That's just how it goes. You feel me? God damn. Assets over liabilities, and try to make everything you do an asset and make everyone around you an asset. You feel me? Shout out to the mob, man. Mastering our business. You did what I'm saying since day one. What we've been doing? Mastering our business. You dig? It's your boy, I ring bells. They say I'm hell when I'm well. I tell them fuck to weigh me on the scale. And you can find me on all platforms at I ring bells. IRENEBELLZ and .com for the website. You did what I'm saying?
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I appreciate you, bro, so much, man. Keep on doing your thing. Keep on prospering. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of leveling up to do, man. I'll talk to you shortly, King. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I feel like Wallow, and it's just like that. We back again, man. Another brainstorming session. That's what we want to do, man. We want to keep it raw. We want to keep it relevant. We want to have, some real hitters that's really, moving some things. We're not going to sugarcoat nothing. It's not about being politically correct. It's about really getting down to the business, man. It's about really getting down to some solutions, and really seeing where the climate is, where people is, out in this world. It's a lot of things going on, and we got to come together and put our minds together and figure out these solutions, and really make these real life connections, really make these real life relationships. That's what it's all about. So real quick, man, make sure you guys drop a like, drop a subscribe. Make sure you guys share some of the content. When it comes to mastering our business, make sure you guys subscribe on our website. And if you know any entrepreneur, if you know any community leader, any influencer, any expert that would like to get on our brainstorming sessions, make sure you guys tell them to hit that link and let them know where, let us know where they actually were, came from and who referred them. Because that's what it's all about, man. We want to connect with the top people out here. We want to make sure that we connecting and, dropping these jewels every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. EST. Also, make sure you guys take advantage of our affiliate program partnership. That's what it's all about. Making sure that we just bringing in more people into the community. That's where our goal is, especially this year. We want to connect with the right people. We don't want to connect with everybody. This ain't for everybody, but we want to make sure that we connecting with the right people. So if you know anybody who may want to start a business or who already have a business going, make sure you guys, bring them to our community, bring them on board, have them check out the website, get somewhere. We got a bunch of, information, a bunch of important information, a bunch of resources. Whether it's, if they need a website, if they need a video or audio production team, if they need social media management or marketing, they need an advertisement campaign, or if they just need a mentor, they just need a accountability partner. Make sure that they, get in tune with the mob community, so we can make them family. And also make sure you guys subscribe to Mob TV, where we're gonna be dropping some great content. We're gonna continue on dropping content on there. We already got a bunch of exclusive interviews, recaps, event recaps. You can actually go check out some of our Mob brainstorming session recaps on there, and you can also check out some of our standing on business recaps on there as well. We got a lot of jewels from last year that we dropped on there, so make sure you guys subscribe and watch some of the content on there as well. And also while you're at it, make sure you guys go get some of that mob merch. You can actually go to www.masteringnourbusiness.com/shop to get you some of that merch. Or if you got your own merchandise, make sure you guys if you wanted to actually sell some of your merch, some of your services on our virtual marketplace, make sure you guys hit us up, and we're gonna make that happen. That's what it's all about, man. We sharing the platform. It's about you guys at the end of the day. So again, make sure you guys subscribe and register for our next standing on business webinar. We got a lot of great information that Mr. Fixit is going to be dropping. So hey, don't miss out on that. If you already missed out on the last few standing on business webinars, again, you can actually go to Mob TV and check out some of those recaps, especially the last one. Last month was super, super powerful. Well, this month, this first Thursday is super, super powerful. So make sure you guys go check that out. And make sure you guys go drop Mr. Fixer a follow, man. Tell him the mob sent you at the end of the day. And make sure you guys schedule a consultation with him so he can drop some of them jewels on you guys. And last but not least, make sure you guys enter in our raffle. It's only $10 to enter. $10. $10. You can actually you really can't beat it, versus it's really just to get a chance to win a membership, or to win, some free resources that's gonna change your life. Why not? Why not? Shout out to all of our winners. Shout out to everybody who entered. I ain't gonna hold you guys up, man. I love every single one of you guys. Shout out to the Mod family, man, and all of our members, mentors, and advisors. I'll see you guys next time.